Check the clock because the grind is starting now. Watch me sweep the floor and take a bow. I am going global, showing all the haters out. Breaking every ceiling with a brand new holy vow. Making every dollar while the city stays asleep tonight. Keeping focus sharp and keeping all my vision bright. Trading every shadows for a sudden flash of light. Elevating higher like a massive soaring silver paper kite. Put your hands up high and feel the heat. Racing through the rhythm on a busy urban street. Mixing up the flavor, making every single session sweet. Knocking down the doors until the circle is complete. Rising like a rocket, hitting every single target zone. Sitting on the top and claiming every golden throne. Working by myself because I built this empire alone. Echoing my name inside a heavy polished silver phone. Scrolling through the feed and seeing icons on display. Building up the credit while I lead the way. Never looking back because tomorrow starts a better day. Open up the garbage, let the plastic colors decay. Catch a heavy wave and ride it to shore. Crashing through the limits, seeking out a little more. Open up the engine, let the metal monster roar. Leaving all the quiet people shaking on the floor. Dripping in the fashion while the neon colors glow. Moving with the current, let the heavy liquid flow. Master of the business and a very famous pro. Stepping on the gas and putting on a show. Feel the heavy bass inside your very own chest. Better than the others in the very absolute best. Never taking breaks and never looking for a rest. Passing every single challenge in the final boss test. Sky is looking purple and the air is clear. Moving past the static and the sudden cold fear. Shifting into overdrive until the finish line is near. Whispering the secret to a very lucky chosen ear. Sipping on the nectar with the heavy gold straw. Riding up the rules and making up the law. Looking at the diamond without a single tiny flaw. Coldest in the game but I never will thaw. Digital vibrations in the world of high-speed tech. Writing out the numbers on a very large check. Icy bomb the collar and the jewelry on neck. Standing on the bridge of a very massive day. Money in the pocket and the hunger in frame. Burning like a candle with a heavy steady flame. Everybody knows the power of my very own name. Playing for the trophy, not the silly little game. Voices in the hallway trying to bring me down. Trading in the dark before a heavy golden crown. I'm going viral in a very small town. Floating on the surface and I never will drown. Breaking all the silence with a very loud sound. Moving up the level of the very solid ground. Looking for the treasure that can never be found. Wrapped around the world and I am glory bound. Sharp like a blade and I cut the wire. Burning through the forest like a heavy wildfire. Lifting up the soul and the spirit even higher. Never getting sleepy and I never will ever tire. Rocking up the vision like a heavy electric bolt. Moving through the system with a very heavy jolt. Burning like a stallion or a very wild cold. Leading a rebellion in a very large total revolt. Yeah. Heavy metal rhythm in a very deep blue sea. Finally I found the silver lock and the key. Everything is open and the world is for free. Watch me step inside and fulfill my high decree. Walking through the garden where the heavy roses bloom. Filling up the space of the very large room. Cleaning out the past with the heavy dusty broom. Flying past the orbit with a very loud boom. Writing off the lyrics on a heavy stone wall. Standing very tall and I never will ever fall. Answering the greatness and the destiny will call. Keeping up the energy and having a total ball. Kick the ocean in the heavy blue waves. Breaking all the chains of the very old slaves. Walking on the path that the heavy gold paves. Seeking up the treasure in the very deep cave. Catch a heavy vibe in a very high mood. Never being basic and I never will be rude. Looking for the substance in the very good food. Living in the moment with a very fresh attitude. Energy is rising and the work is finally done. Looking for the victory and having all the fun. Always in the lead and I never will run. Shooting for the stars like a heavy silver gun. Yeah, I woke up chasing all of these neon lights. My vision focused, looking for those much higher heights. No sleep tonight because I am claiming my rights. Watch how I shine during these long city nights. I stepped inside the booth and found my zone. This throne is mine and I ain't never alone. I built this empire with a single heavy stone. You hear the power ringing through my golden phone. We are the ones who rule the game today. No matter what the jealous people want to say, I make my own rules and find my way. Living my life like a bright and sunny day. I am the spark that sets the world aflame. I do not care about the glory or fame. Every single person is going to know my name. This industry is never gonna feel the same. Just look at how the energy begins to thrive. I feel so lucky just to be here alive. Against the odds I know that I will survive. Straight to the very top is where I drive. I got the rhythm and I got the flow. Watch Watch how the seeds I planted start to grow, putting on a spectacular and very high energy show. Everyone is watching me as I start to glow. Focus my energy and sharpen up my inner mind, leaving all the thick and heavy baggage far behind. I am the rarest treasure that you will find, doing the work and putting in the daily grind. I give much more than I will ever take, moving with purpose and I am wide awake now. We recognize real and I can spot a fake, jumping in head first across the frozen blue lake. I am the one setting up the heavy pace, winning the goal while I finish the long race. There is no mask upon my very honest face, leaving my mark all across this wide open space. The climb is very vertical and also very steep, making big promises that I intend to always keep, planting the seeds that I am ready to reap, diving in oceans where the water is very deep. Look at the fire, reflecting in my dark eyes, ready to claim the ultimate and most glorious prize. Watch how the sun begins its very slow rise. I am the truth hidden beneath those many lies. I have conquered every single dark and heavy fear. The vision in my head is finally getting clear. I am the driver and I hold the gear, winning the game because the finish line is near. I know exactly what this life is all about, silencing the critics when they start to loudly shout, removing every single shadow of a lingering dark doubt, taking the path that is the most direct route, turning my vision into a huge amount of cash, making an impact in the very big loud smash, moving so quick like a sudden and bright flash, building a legacy that will never ever truly crash. I am the only one who gets it done, chasing the horizon in the very hot bright sun, having a blast and having so much crazy fun. The victory lap is only just now finally begun. I feel the heavy rhythm of the funky beat, walking with confidence down every single city street. I am the fire and I bring the heat, making the victory taste so incredibly and purely sweet. I am reaching out to grab a distant star, driving my destiny in a very fast luxury car, breaking the limits and raising up the heavy bar. I have traveled across the globe and very far. I'm standing tall up on the very highest hill, doing it for the passion and the huge thrill, master the craft and the very necessary sharp skill. I have a mission that I must now fulfill. I'm standing tall and I am very proud, raising my voice to reach the very thick cloud, standing out within a very busy and large crowd, singing my anthem and singing it very, very loud. I am always coming back for a little more, kicking down every single act and heavy metal door. I am the lion with a very loud roar, watch how my weary spirits truly begin to soar. I have survived through the wind and the rain, transformed the struggle and the very heavy dark pain. I have everything to lose and everything to gain, breaking the link of every single heavy metal chain, building my house upon a very solid heavy rock, checking the time and checking the ticking old clock. I am the key that fits inside the lock, shocking the world with a very heavy electric shock. I am the master of my very own fate, opening up the heavy and the golden front gate. I am the person that they love to hate, doing it big and doing it very